Here comes the first voter.
Good morning, everybody.
Top line, you're the very first one, right on the dot.
Always like to vote early. Gives the Republicans a temporary lead. Here's your ballot, Bill. Thanks.
One of the issues our elections officials are facing today is the fact that the equipment that they have to deal with is aging. Most of this equipment was bought about 10 years ago, and across the country actually costs billions of dollars. For people who are much younger than I am, it's sort of strange to think, when I talk to my daughters, why can't I cast my ballot online? I do think it's something that we have to be very careful about in terms of how quickly we move there.
I think it's inevitable that voters will vote on their smartphones. We commissioned a survey. We saw that people were listening to a lot of election content on their mobile devices, and we wanted to see how far that connection would actually go. Would they go so far as to take the step of actually voting on their mobile device? And the most interesting and probably the coolest finding was that 60% of smartphone and tablet owners would cast a presidential vote via their mobile device.
I think it's too early to move to online or mobile voting. We don't know how to secure it, and some experiments that have been done have led to cautionary results. For example, the District of Columbia did a test election in which they challenged researchers and the public to try to break in and disrupt the election. And the result was a disaster, that researchers were able to completely take control of the voting servers, unmask the votes, change the votes.
I believe these problems are not insurmountable. It would increase participation if we move voting to the 21st century, where we bring it online and into people's hands through their mobile devices. But I'll ask you this, is the voting we have right now 100% free of problem, free of voting fraud? No. To what degree of being inaccurate are we willing to sacrifice the convenience or the ability for more people to participate?
Here in the United States, we don't have internet voting or online voting. What we do have is through an act of Congress a few years ago, we have online balloting. But again, that's not voting. That's accessing a ballot, marking a ballot, and printing it out and mailing it in.
In New Jersey, in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy coming through and causing a lot of damage and disruption, the state has made some special accommodations to allow people who are displaced from their homes, they can get a blank ballot by email. Although I have mixed feelings about it, I do think it's a reasonable accommodation given the extraordinary circumstances. But I still think that in-person voting is going to be the main mode of voting for Americans for the foreseeable future.